So, suppose we have solved for the Laplace equation and we have got the solution phi as a function of x, y, t, and we have also got psi as a function of x, y, and t in 2 dimensions. We are going to say that phi equal to constant. If I draw these lines, they are called equipotential lines. So, lines along which phi is constant, they are given this special name. You already know what is psi equal to constant line called. That is a streamline. Right? I would like to find out what is the relationship between equipotential lines and streamlines. So, let us do a little bit of arithmetic. So, suppose I for the time being ignore time, okay, I only look at phi as a function of x and y. So, for simplification, let me just get rid of the time and just looked at it as a 2 variable function. Then d phi I can write as del phi by del x dx plus del phi by del y dy, and this of course is Vx as we know, and this is Vy dy. Therefore, if I take a line which is an equipotential line, then d phi is 0 along the equipotential line. So, along an equipotential line, d phi is 0, and therefore, I am able to see that dy by dx for phi equal to constant is actually given as minus Vx by Vy. Let us do the same thing for a streamline. So, I could write d psi as del psi by del x dx plus del psi by del y dy. I plug in for the velocity field. So, this is minus Vy and this is Vx dy. And likewise, along a streamline, I can find the slope. So, if I look at the slope of a streamline, I put d psi equal to 0 and dy by dx along psi equal to constant is actually given as Vy by Vx. Okay? So, you can now relate the two slopes, and what this tells us is that dy by dx of a streamline is actually minus 1 over dy by dx of equipotential line. That means they are orthogonal to each other. So, if I could draw these lines, so suppose these are my streamlines. So, this is psi equal to psi 1, this is psi equal to psi 2, psi equal to psi 3. Let us say I draw 3 streamlines, and on top of these I now try to draw the equipotential line. Then I know that the intersection would be such that I would have right angles here. So, suppose I draw this is phi equal to phi 1, and likewise I could draw phi equal to phi 2 and possibly phi equal to phi 3. So, all these angles, the intersection are at right angles. So, in principle, if I gave you a set of streamlines, then simply from geometry it should be possible for you to construct the equipotential lines, and vice versa. If I give you equipotential lines, you should be able to construct the streamlines. So, they are really synonymous. Okay. Solving for one of them is good enough. Now, let us go back to our Euler equations and see what happens for irrotational flows. So, I will go back to Euler equations and investigate for irrotational flows. Okay. So, let us write down these equations. So, first the continuity equation, del Vx by del x plus del Vy by del y equal to 0. I am going to restrict myself to 2 dimensions. I can go to 3 dimensions, but because my velocity potential and stream function so far I have done for 2 dimensions, especially the stream functions, I will restrict to 2 dimensions. Okay. Let us talk about the x momentum equation. This can be written as del Vx by del t plus Vx del Vx by del x plus Vy del Vy Vx by del y plus 1 over rho del p del x. This is actually Fx. And because these are Euler equations, so there is no viscous term and these are first order. Notice these 2 terms make these equations non-linear. The y momentum equation looks very similar. So, del Vy by del t plus Vx del Vy by del x plus Vy del Vy by del y, and now I have the pressure gradient in the y direction, and this is the body force in the y direction. Let me call this as 1, this as 2 and this as 3. I will restrict myself to conservative body forces. In fact, I will take a very special case where gravity is the only body force. No other body force. And I will further say that let g act in the direction minus h. So, let h be the vertical coordinate, okay, and I will then write Fx as minus g del h by del x and Fy as minus g del h by del y. So, if my h and y coordinate are same, then Fy would be simply minus g and this term would be actually 0. Okay. So, I have kept it a little bit general, but you can also assume that the y axis is aligned with the vertical direction. Okay, now let us see what these conditions give us if we substitute for irrotationality. So, what does irrotationality imply? Irrotationality implies that my vorticity is 0 everywhere, and especially in 2D it implies omega k is 0, and omega k is defined as del Vy by del x minus del Vx by del y, this is 0. So, if I substitute in 1, so this, let me call this as equation 4. So, substitute 4 in 1. So, I would get del Vx by del x plus del Vy by del y equal to 0, right, and del Vy by del x, this is del Vx by del y. Okay. So, that is what the continuity equation and the irrotationality condition give me. I will just leave it at that. Let us see what we can do with equation numbers 2 and 3. So, in equation 2, in fact, I have a del Vx by del y. So, this del Vx by del y I will substitute with del y by del x. And similarly, in equation 3, this del Vy by del x I will substitute with del Vx by del y. Okay, so, let us rewrite 2. So, the first term that I have is same, del Vx by del t. The second term I will write as del by del x of Vx square by 2, okay, this term. And then the next term plus Vy and this del Vx by del y I would substitute with del Vy by del x, okay. And then I have 1 by rho del p by del x, and for f x I will substitute minus g del f del h by del x. So, notice this term I can rewrite as del by del x of v square y by 2. So, now if I also substitute for Vx, so recall Vx is given as del phi by del x. So, I will substitute this for del phi del x. I will be able to combine these two terms. So, let me call this as equation 2a. So, rewrite 2a as, so the first term I will write this as del by del t of del phi del x, and these two terms I will combine and I will write them as del by del x of Vx square plus Vy square by 2. This term I will leave it as is plus 1 by rho del p del x, and the other term I will bring it to back to the left hand side, and because g is a constant acceleration due to gravity, so I will write it as del by del x of g times h, this is 0. Now, I will arrange by taking del by del x outside, and the equation that I get is del phi del t. So, that is this term plus I will now write Vx square plus Vy square as the kinetic energy. So, maybe I should recall for you our notation that the modulus of the velocity is the magnitude. So, that is given as square root of Vx square plus Vy square, and let us simply call this as V square or simply V. So, if I remove the vector notation and the modulus and simply call the speed as v, then I will be able to write this term Vx square plus Vy square as simply V square by 2, and the term of pressure gradient, that del by del x I can take outside and simply call it as P by rho, and this term I can call as GH. This is 0. So that's my 2C. Okay. So I've been able to use the irrotationality condition along with my x momentum and get this. I will do a similar thing for the y momentum equation. So let me do that. So kindly notice, I will straight away substitute for Vy as del phi by del y. So I will get this term del by del t of del phi del y. I will leave for the first term Vx as is, but for del y del x I will actually use the equivalence of del Vx del y, and then the third term I will leave as is. Then I have the pressure gradient term plus 1 over rho del p by del y, and finally I will write the Fy term as simply del by del y of GH. This is 0. So I could rearrange these terms again and I would get the following equation: del by del y of del phi by del t plus v square by 2, I will combine these two terms, plus p by rho plus GH equal to 0, and this I will call as 3C. Okay, so let me now call this quantity and this quantity as some kind of a function f. Let this be an f. So what equations 2C and 3C tell me is that del f by del x is 0 and del f del y is 0. Using these two equations, I am able to say that f must be constant everywhere. So it cannot be a function of x or y. So therefore, I am able to now say that del phi by del t plus v square by 2 plus p by rho plus GH is constant everywhere for an irrotational flow. I would like you to recollect the Bernoulli's equation. We had derived the Bernoulli's equation from the energy equation, which simply said that v square by 2, the kinetic energy part, the p by rho and GH is a constant, but that was constant along a streamline, okay, for a general kind of a flow. So if you had an inviscid flow, incompressible flow, steady state, but there was no condition on rotationality, okay, then in general this part v square by 2 plus p by rho plus GH was constant along a streamline. On the other hand, for an irrotational flow, we are saying even if it is unsteady, okay, this term is constant everywhere. So now I will simplify this for So, we will simplify this equation that we have derived from the Euler equation. Okay. So, simplify the equation from Euler equation for steady flow. And then we are able to say that V square by 2 plus P by rho plus G H is constant everywhere. Okay. Of course, the moment we talk about Euler equation, it means we have been talking about an inviscid flow. And let me remind you, we have already talked about the flow being incompressible. Plus, we have assumed the condition that it is irrotational. So, let me now summarize what we have found so far. That V square by 2 plus P by rho plus GH is constant for an inviscid incompressible steady flow, and there are two conditions. Along a streamline, that is the original Bernoulli's equation, if flow is rotational, and what we have just shown is that it is constant everywhere if the flow is irrotational. Okay. All right, so let me just recollect what we have done today and then we will stop. So, we started looking at potential flows and we realized that there are two options that we have to define potential flows in terms of the velocity potential phi or the stream function psi, and we discussed both their pros and cons. The stream function already satisfies incompressibility and it is valid for all kinds of flows, but it is a scalar in 2 dimensions only. In 3 dimensions it is a vector function. On the other hand, the velocity potential is extremely general. It remains a scalar for 2D or 3 dimensional flows, but the existence of phi is only for irrotational flows. The curl of velocity is 0, only then you can express velocity as a function of a potential. In either case, we were able to show that the Laplacian of phi and psi equal to 0 is the governing equation for potential flows. Then we looked at the boundary conditions. We showed that the equipotential lines and the streamlines, they are orthogonal to each other. And then we went ahead and started again with the Euler equation and took all these simplifications, and we were able to derive an equation very similar to the Bernoulli's equation. So, remember, the Bernoulli's equation is an energy equation, but because we are dealing only with mechanical energy and there is no thermodynamics in the incompressible flows that we are dealing with, we were able to take the momentum equation, the Euler equations, and re-derive the Bernoulli's equation, and that is the summary we have written. So, this is your Bernoulli's equation. You are free to apply it everywhere, any 2 points in the flow, if the flow is irrotational. But if the flow is rotational, then this equation can only be applied along a streamline. So, now we have these very powerful equations that we can first get the velocity field, okay, from the Laplacian of potential or the stream function to be 0. Once we get the velocity field, we can actually use the Bernoulli's equation to get the pressure. What you will also notice is that even though the original equation was linear, the potential flow equation, but the Bernoulli equation is non-linear because of the v square term. So, even though you can superpose the velocity solutions, you cannot superpose the pressure solutions, simply because this equation is not linear in velocity, it is non-linear. We will say more about this in a later session. Thank you very much.